What? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where we're going with this. So it wasn't your favorite?
No, it's not. I can't really favorite anything, because then it's just unfair.
That's true.
I don't have
Andrew Casino, this.
Andrew Casino, yeah, one of the actors we use the most in the game. I think Andrew Casino has a record of the most characters in the game, and he plays 2 of the trainers.
He does, and also, for those of you interested in that, he does the amazing and sincerely creepy stuff for the filth.
When you listen to the Filthy Humans, yeah.
And I remember when we were doing that, because he was continuously out of breath and he looked like he was gonna keel over at any moment, but that was such an amazing effort from him right there.
We love Andrew, and we worked with him so far. I think we pulled him in 4 times or something like that. Yeah. Great guy, great actor. He's definitely coming back. For those of you who played in the beta, you know that we actually did some changes there. In most changes. Yeah, in most parts of the beta, you had to pick up these weapons from wooden tables with tiny weapons on them, and we based on player feedback, we saw that it's hard for players to really be able to interact with that. So we added these weapon crates, and they look fantastic.
I'm just gonna speak Norwegian for a second, and then there's some spam i chat som jævlig må gi admin rights, så vi kan banne det.
Okay. Looks like we have a spammer.
A couple of spammers in chat. We're just going to go and kick them out. TSW, just right click, I guess.
Which one?
Yeah,
this one.
Maybe you can.
We can probably block him. So we're banning that character, the guy.
And you can also,
Who
That'll
else?
do for now.
That'll do for now.
Okay. Yes.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's hard because we're running the game on one screen and I have the laptop where I'm trying to follow the chat, and I don't have admin rights on here, so I can't ban anyone. But
So which weapon should we choose, guys?
I always go with fist weapons.
Let's get the community speak.
which weapon should we choose, guys?
I'm sure we're gonna get like all weapons in a big list.
Well, the first one to
I love pistols.
Shotgun. Oh, holy Kentucky. And then there was all 9 weapons repeated endlessly by 15 people.
Exactly. Well, screw it. I'm gonna choose pistols because that is pretty much my favorite weapons. I'm a range guy. I love the and I love having modern weapons in this game. And like I think the blades are great, the hammers are great, and the magic is great. But I like having an actual firearm. Oh, I did pick it up already.
It's quite interesting. We got a lot of feedback in the beta on the way that pistols played. And so we did some adjustments to the animations to make them feel a bit, more solid. And I think that people have really responded well to that. And I've seen a few questions about, like, are we planning on continuing to improve combat? And the answer is absolutely yes, we are continuing to improve combat. We're still looking at how we can make it better, more interesting, more impact for players.
And I know that Øystein is working on some special magics as well that we might be seeing the results of sometime soon. So we're definitely going to be working on that.
There was a very huge amount of requests in beta for a certain couple of features that we just didn't have time to do for launch. That will be coming in hopefully soon. I won't say which features they are. People can have fun speculating about that, but we will see some really cool stuff coming in on the combat front very soon.
And Ragnar just wasted the skill point there.
Support. It's important. That's why Above the Law, because I do love Above the Law. And Coup de Grade. No, we don't have any. We don't have enough.
We only have one.
Yeah, we can buy this one. All right.
Vigilante. Interestingly, the title of an unpublished game.
Yes, we're not going to be talking about that. Well, not unpublished, like unmade.
Unmade, yeah.
It was thought of and then never done. Okay, and we need to pick up the mobile here as well. Why didn't we make that bigger, Joe? And automatic. Wasn't that supposed to be automatic so you didn't have to click on the tiny pixels?
What are you looking at me for?
Why, Joe?
Because I fail, alright? I apologise to everybody. Ragnar, I fail. I'm not worthy. No. It's because I didn't get around to it before launch, basically.
Yeah, Joel does everything apparently in the game
on my own.
Yeah,
on his own.
We
except write all the dialogues because
a question from Twitter, Erlend Vollan or Erlend Walland asks, you have included Norwegian national hero Amundsen as a character in the game. Yes, we have. Are there other historical personalities? Doug?
Yes.
There may well be.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Moving on. Next question.
I can mention one just for the sake of proving it. We have Akhenaten obviously in Egypt, which is it the last boss of the story sequence in Egypt? Is it? You face up to
The Black Pharaoh?
The Black Pharaoh. Yeah, that's Akhenaten, which was a real 18th dynasty pharaoh. So there.
There you go. Who else is coming?
Who else is coming?
Like historical persons.
Welcome
But I don't want to spoil anything. I'm being yelled at for spoiling.
So much speculation
Is that teasing or is it spoiling?
So this is another scene cinematic where we actually went back and rewrote and re-recorded the whole thing. In this case, actually, we not only had recorded it, and we'd also finished the cutscene itself when we decided to decide that it wasn't working. We wanted to do something slightly different with the dragon. So we dubbed the whole thing. We went in with a different actor and rewrote and re-recorded the script.
And that was really hard because we needed to stay with the exact same timing because all the motion capture had been done.
And look, there's a janitor in the background.
Look at the janitor.
I wonder if
is that
what he's doing. He's just cleaning up, yeah. That's all.
We're agents of chaos.
Yeah, so I mean, but again, that's the kind of length we go to in order to make sure everything is perfect. I mean, what we had before was okay, but it wasn't great. And I think we, by going back and making it great, it was definitely we improved the whole Dragon startup experience.
That's Lee Allen Baker, by the way.
That's Lee Allen Baker, one of our favorites.
One of our favorites.
She's done a lot of stuff. Madame Roger.
Madame Roger, which is one of my favorites.
She's awesome.
And she also did the Illuminati starting video, the voiceover for that.
Quite the favourite. Yeah.
And Erin Mahler.
And Erin Mahler, which is also great. And Sophie, which I see a lot of
Sophie's
people
awesome.
like. Yeah.
Sophie in Transylvania.
Yeah.
What?
Any questions?
Well, my internet died on this PC, so no.
Oh, excellent.
Excellent.
We are getting close to the end. We have about 5 more minutes to go. We'll run into Kingsmouth, I think, before we stop.
We've got to talk a little bit about Agartha.
We're going to talk a little bit about Agartha, but we have about 5 minutes left. So we going to have a hard time answering questions in the chat now. So if anybody has, I'm going to jump into the live stream myself here and see if there are any other questions. My God, you guys are asking a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they are.
Will there be real TSW merchandise, like faction T-shirts, real shirts, not in game? Yes.
Does nobody recognize the pre-order T-shirt I'm wearing? Does nobody recognize it?
Damn right.
Hell
yes,
yes.
there will be. We haven't gotten around to organizing that yet, but in the future, definitely, we all want the Innsmouth Academy hoodie.
Press X to toggle sprint, Ragnar.
Yeah.
Hurrah!
So just a hot tip for you guys.
Innsmouth Academy hoodies.
No, push X to toggle sprint.
Pro tip.
Pro tip. Let's sprint to Agartha at this point. Let's see, what else is the question here? Are you planning to add a notebook in-game? No, pen and paper. Notepad on your computer.
Notepad on the side.
I think
you can use Google Docs if you really want through the in-game browser.
You can actually use the in-game browser. Press B to open the browser, and there you go. You can use Evernote or Google Docs or whatever. Oops, or you can open and search for stuff. I'm not going to do that. Don't want to see what the cache says. In the Chronicle, will we ever be able to read the lore we have unlocked? I've seen a lot of questions about that people want to be, and I'd love for that to happen. We're currently putting together sort of Chronicle is still in beta, and it will remain in beta for quite a while. When we go to 1.0 on Chronicle, we will add some cool stuff, and then when we go to 2.0 at some point, we'll add some even cooler stuff. And reading lore, definitely part of it, but above that is probably seeing a visual representation of your character, for example, or being able to add a bio to your character, which I think is really interesting. Let's go to Agartha. 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 That's always been there, hasn't it, from the very beginning?
That's one of the first things that sort of helped us define the secret world. I mean, and the universe. It's the legend of Hollow Earth. The fact that there's this great Hollow Earth.
It's a myth in every culture.
it's a lot of it's referenced in a lot of myth. It has a lot of interesting stories tied to it, and it was perfect for basically for the backstory of the secret world, and it's integral, obviously, as a part of Gaia and the whole machinery. But we don't want to. We don't want to say too much about that either, because it's part of the puzzle, and we don't want to spoil the big puzzle.
I think there's a mission coming up in the first issue called the Third Age, which doesn't really say too much about Agartha, but it does talk a little bit about the custodians here, doesn't it?
It gives you, you'll in the issue coming up, you'll get to learn a little more about the custodians and their ties to epochs in the past, if you want.
Yeah, previous ages.
Previous ages.
Yeah, previous ages. Actor. This guy's awesome.
Awesome. Tim Watson.
Tim Watson. Also one of our favorites, but this guy really is one of our favorites. We've
used him for years.
We used him for years. We actually used him first on a project I'm not allowed to talk about that didn't pan out, but he was sort of called in to do a little role for that, a pitch we made. And we loved him so much that we sort of, when we started looking for somebody to cast as Station Master, for example, we contacted.
And I know for a fact that when Ben did the first draft of this scene, he wrote it specifically for Tim.
Yeah, it's great when we can do that, when we can write. Here we go, Agartha Conduit. We're getting a piece of third age technology.
Third age, you say?
Yeah,
interesting.
But Tim also did. What else did he do?
He is at least the Djinn Lord. Amir, the
Djinn Lord. Yeah.
Djinn Lord. He is also one of my very, very favorite characters, the little socialist Blagini Petru. Yeah.
Petru the Blagini, which I love.
Oh, look at all this nice variety of characters. I mean, we get a little bit of crap about the character creation system, but just look here at all the variety in clothing and stuff that people have. It's really cool.
There's Gordon Freeman, straight out of Half-Life. That's why Half-Life 3 is not coming out. It's just hanging around in the secret world. Yeah.
Look at that, nice.
That's nice.
That's
the Woo outfit.
That's Woo outfit. Yeah.
That's Woo, yeah.
And there's someone who's wearing the Woo outfit.
Oh, I recognize this tie from a very special character in the game. On a poster somewhere.
Yeah,
let's not talk about that. I think this is this the ninja outfit?
I can't remember.
Look at this. But Joel is right. I mean, like, we intentionally limited the options in character creation in order to sort of encourage customization later on. I think we want to really distinguish the characters who are just starting out from the people who've been playing the game for quite a while. And we're starting to see that, and the amount of customization options we're going to add to the game is going to make this even more evident.
Great stuff.
Oh, it's Enno.
It's Enno.
Shout out to Enno.
Enno, if you're watching this.
IMVU. Still working at IMVU.
But should we just run along to Kingsmouth and
let's run out to Kingsmouth and finish up, since we're all eager to get back to work, because of course it's Friday. We're just going to work late, as we always do on Fridays.
After we've been drinking. It's always the best way. Yeah. It's always the best way to release bug-free content.
But Agartha, just to say a couple of things about Agartha, it's going to be really important in the future. There's a reason why there's so many branches and so many levels here. From the very beginning, and this is a fact when we wrote Agartha, we wrote it to be expandable and explorable.
It needs to be epic as well.
It's going to be epic, and there's going to be lots of ways.
Epic.
It's very epic. Players are going to be able to explore more of Agartha in the future, and that's high on my wish list of just doing more things with Agartha. It's inspired a little bit by the ways in Robert Jordan's books, obviously, but there are also ties to every sort of mythology in terms of the world tree here, Yggdrasil, called different things in different cultures, the Tree of Life, and to Gaia itself. This is sort of the neural network of Gaia.
It is. It's her lifeblood.